we've had some parcels delivered, nice and bright and early on a nice, for a change, dry and sunny day up at the headquarters. And we've got the club t-shirts, or the team t-shirts from the training weekend. We sort of cheat a bit, I haven't bet mine. So that is the t-shirt as you will get on any of the training courses going forwards now, to say you've completed your course as part of the team with your year on there. So obviously you won't get a 2018 one if you do the course in 2019, that would be rubbish. So, and then on the back, come back before, and the lovely Lily is making is getting a load of sort of self-adhesive
the t-shirt transfers.
T-shirt transfer iron-on things for bits like skills and specialist skills within the group or the combat range that you're working with. So
you can customise them.
You can show off where you're at, basically.
You can customise your t-shirt.
Customise your t-shirts, and I really want her to do like rank slides for the arms, but she won't.
I might do.
Oh, she might do.
I might do some short.
So let's see what we got here. We've got an XL, so that'll probably be Sadie's that she requested, I think. A 3XL. Well, we all know whose that is.
That's huge, but that is huge. Hume said, I'm going to put this on record now. Hume said, get me the biggest size you can, and you could camp in it.
So for reference, this is a large. So for my shoulders, actually, the large is about right, but the rest of it is a little bit baggy. Might need to put like a dart in it or something. Yeah, they're really good quality. Very impressed with those. I think we got these through.
They're just standard Vista print ones.
Vista print, so they're Fruit of the Loom t-shirts and everything, so they're great. And we'll be looking to do more through that for merchandising. We'll have the Historic Combat Company, the Flamethrower.
Well, the next ones we get printed will be for the Gladiator Challenge. So if anybody's looking to raise money for charity, then you need to find that event.
The other box that rocked up is from our good mates at Get Dressed for Battle down in Durham. These were ordered with the hope that they'd be here for the training weekend so that the guys from the existing team could get a look at the new kit. But sadly, due to some shipping complications between Denmark and here, by the sounds of it, they got hung up somewhere with all the bank holidays and Easter and all of that rubbish. But they're here now, so we've got them going forward for all the training. These are what we're going to be using for the Gladiator Challenge. They come very highly recommended by most people I know, and I know all the training I've done at the British Action Academy and stuff like that is using the cold steel Gladiators, which are, these beasties. Look at that. They are supposedly indestructible. Now,
allegedly indestructible.
If you go on Cold Steel's website and have a look, they've got them being shot with shotguns and driven over by trucks and all sorts of stuff. They're polypropylene. They are supposedly indestructible. And having seen the level of abuse that they get on the BAA courses, and they stand up, I sort of knew we wanted these anyway. For the training weekends, they've got a good weight to them. They're a good size grip. They look and feel like a gladius. You know, they look and feel like a sword. They're fairly robust. They don't split and fly apart like the wooden ones do, which is all well and good for me to give the team wooden swords and say we're doing it for the historical displays. But to give a brand new person a wooden sword and go, here, use this, it might explode in your face. It's not a good thing. So we've got these now. And look, oh yeah, look at all them. we've got an absolute ton of them. Oh look, that one would have been easier to unbox, wouldn't it? This must have been the one that Get Dressed had.
I don't know, there's another one. They must have just been different stuff.
Yeah, these must have been the ones they actually had.
People, given they're indestructible, people perhaps don't order them en masse very often. Yeah, they're not dying. If you break one, I will piss myself laughing.
You know what?
No, they're pretty...
There's virtually nothing there, so these will be absolutely invaluable to the team to actually learn and train with. I mean, they're slightly longer than our Gladius, ever so slightly longer than our Gladius in the point and the taper. But they do have the sort of Sydney and Corbridge style taper down in the centre. So, in theory, as well for production wise, if we sand very carefully sand away the always wear protective equipment and eye protection from cold steel. If you've ever seen Cold Steel's videos, they don't. But if we sand all of this away on both sides, we could then use a non-penetrating polyurethane safe spray and spray the blade silver and the furniture and dress it all up, wrap some leather around the hilt, and you can use them in the background of, like, you know, distant fight scenes and things like that. So, I mean, obviously they're not as good as using an aluminium stunt sword or something like that for a fight scene because they make a metal noise. These obviously make a clicky noise, but as far as we go for training,
they won't bread knife like Ali will, though.
They're going to be amazing. And the best bit about them, with the shields we use, because they're wooden shields, they've got a wider edge. You know, because I know a lot of the cold steel training like shields and things are made of aluminium or light steel. And as you hit them, they chip away at the sword. So where we've got the wooden shields with sort of a 5 to 10 mil edge, as these hit, they won't burr up and get destroyed, which means you'll still be able to, you know, actually pick them up and move them around. If you do get like tagged with one along the arm, they're not going to rip you to pieces like sharps, like steels will do. So yeah, I'm gutted these didn't arrive in time for the training weekend. We did order them plenty of time, but sadly, yeah, with the weather the way it was and then the bank holidays and stuff, the shipping container that they were in was stuck somewhere between Denmark and here. So weirdly, in Northumberland, ordering swords from the Vikings, we hit a shipping problem. And then they came into a depot to Newcastle, had to go down to Durham and then all the way back up to us.
Did you just use Vikings to denote a geographical location rather than an occupation?
Of course I did. We'll discuss that in another video. Although if they're weapons traders bringing stuff over, they probably were.
They're probably very good.
So, but yeah, we're very happy with those. That means that we've got 5 pairs worth of training swords there. The next investment is looking likely to be fight safe cutlasses, or well, they're actually sweat polished sabres through Northeast Combat, because you know, if he's got a good contact for them, we can get these really lovely looking polished sabres that will work as cutlasses and all sorts of stuff. And also Dave Rawlings longswords and things through Night Shop or somewhere like that, and pick up a load more polyprop weapons so that when you come to train with us, you don't need to own any kit. You can just come along and learn the skills that you need for doing live shows and stage combat without needing to put in a massive investment of time and money on buying equipment that you're probably never going to use on set. Because if you turn up with a steel longsword and the armoury department have got like nylons or rubbers or aluminiums, you can't use your own kit. They'll have a very specific thing. So if you're buying tons and tons and tons of kit and then going to a show where it's armed, you know, like I think 11 Archers and things provide equipment. But if you turn up with your own kit and go, I want to use this, they'll 9 times out of 10 say no.
Stage and screen, it's completely unheard of.
Never do. It's always provided by an armourer. So if you're just wanting to learn a bit of performance skill, say you've got a role coming up in a short film or a big film, or on stage where you've got to have a sword fight, and you just want to learn a little bit of skill to be able to say, I can have a convincing sword fight in this production, but you don't want to spend loads of money on the kit. You can come along to us and say, when's the training weekend? Can I book a course? You can come along and learn 4 or 5 weapon sets using equipment that's provided for you. So, yeah. Only thing we've got to do now is find somewhere to put them. Oh, I might get to make a box. Could turn into Adam Savage, couldn't I? Just get some glasses and shave my hair. And then, I'm going to make a box.
Please don't.
Well, Adam Savage is like mega famous.
No. Yeah, but Adam Savage is good at making things.
We're going to turn off the video now. I absolutely beat my wife. So yeah, we've got... The aim is basically to provide, in time, a complete range of training equipment. We've already got fencing foils and fencing sabres and training longswords, training spears. Now we've got the gladius as well. Hopefully we're building a good range of weapons. We've got training knives and They're not rubber, but they are like Scream replica pistols and things like that to use for all the routines and all the fight styles and all the techniques that you can possibly dream up, more or less.
Cool.
You know, if there are any weapons you'd specifically like to see us try and track down, maybe not just to get for the team or for the company, but if there's one that you've been wondering, you know, I really want to get a Kopesh or a Karambit or something like that as a training weapon, do they exist? Drop a note in the video, in the comments below, and let us know, and we'll have a look and do some research and see if they exist and point you in the right direction.
And when is the next show that people can come and see the
next
team
show,
at?
Oh, the next show that people can see the team at, oh, I don't know, is probably 7th of May, Segadunum.
Yep.
You know, is that ringing bells?
Yep.
To anyone watching this, have you been following us on Facebook? Have you been looking at the new website and everything? And because it's all on there, all of our events and all of our details and everything. But yeah, 7th of May at Segadunum Roman Fort in Wallsend. It's an amazing venue. The viewing platform there to look down on the site really gives you a scope of the size of the place. The bathhouse, as far as I'm aware, still isn't actually open to the public, sadly, but it desperately needs fundraising, so it needs your support as members of the public, if you love history and you love venues like that, to try and help them raise enough funds to rebuild the roof on the bathhouse, because it's got to be completely re-roofed.
And have we cast that show yet?
I think we have.
Have we cast that?
I think we probably have. However, that is pending checking back through the videos from the training weekend. But I think from what we saw over the training weekend, we know who's going to be doing which weapon sets. And I think the team know who's going to be doing which weapon sets as well. I think, you know, it was a very, very successful training weekend. Everybody really got a load out of it. So going forward for the shows, they're only going to get bigger and sillier. It's going to be a really, really good year.
Cool. Now, randomly stare at the camera for 10 seconds, because that's what you've got to do at the end of live streams on YouTube, because they always cut the film off early and play back.
Really now?
Yes.
Well, we'll try that.